Hello, Vault Dwellers, and welcome back to the next episode of our Fallout 3 Let's Play series. You join me out here on the bridge to Rivet City, where everything is open now, so we can go ahead and head in and start working on the mini quests that we actually have to do here. Nice. We are in the marketplace, so I thought this would be a great place to
You've been
start.
rather busy lately, asking questions, investigating. So is that it? You're some kind of investigator? A detective for hire? Or do you have some kind of personal grudge against an innocent android who simply wants to be left alone? Please tell me. I'd really like to know.
Who the heck are you?
Fine. Let's cut to the chase. My name is Victoria Watts. I work for a movement whose goals are directly opposed to your own, apparently. It seems you're trying very hard to locate an android my associates and I have tried very hard to hide. You can see how that puts us at odds.
What would you have me do?
You really want help? Take this. It's an internal component from the very android you're searching for. Don't ask how I obtained it. Present it to Dr. Zimmer in Rivet City. Tell him the android is dead and that was on the corpse. He'll believe you. Do that and Zimmer will go back to the Commonwealth and leave that poor soul alone. Do that and you'll have saved a man's life.
Well, if I help you, is there some kind of a reward?
Of course. If you help me, and thus the android, God and the universe will smile upon you. Is there any better compensation?
What's this movement you mentioned?
We call ourselves the Railroad. Our mission is the rescue and salvation of synthetic humanoids. Androids, as they're more commonly known.
Anything I should know?
Just understand that this android is now, for all intents and purposes, a man. He looks human, he acts human, he believes he is human. But even if he's not, even if he's a machine, he's capable of rational thought and emotion. So you see, his soul is as human as yours or mine. This person, and he is a person, deserves a chance at freedom. Please, if there's a shred of decency in you, don't take that away from him.
What about human slaves? Don't you try to help them too?
Yes, if we are able. But there are others in the wasteland who assist in the plight of human slaves. Our android brethren have only us.
Can I join the railroad?
Tell you what. You deliver that component to Zimmer and tell him the android is dead, and you can consider yourself a member in good standing.
Well, I have to go now.
You know what you need to do.
Oh, that was a little weird. I don't know if that's because we asked Harkness the question about where's Pinkerton, or if it's because I have all the different holotapes. And you are Cindy.
This is a quick fix. I mean, that's the name of our shop. Polly and mine, that is. My name is Cindy. Cindy Cantelli.
Wow, you sound like you've been sampling your own stuff.
No. I would never do that. Polly does. Sample it. I mean, he's my deadbeat husband.
So your husband's an addict?
He's hopeless. I have to keep him away from the shop, or he'll rob us blind. One of these days, he's going to end up dead.
Can you tell me anything about Rivet City's history?
Well, I don't really know, to tell the truth. How does any city get started, really? But I've heard Bannon talk about how he was responsible for its success, so I'd ask him about it.
Good to know. What do you have for sale?
We've got all kinds of chems.
And 158 caps. Well, how about we unload a little bit of the stuff that we've been carrying around? That looks pretty good to me. And we left her with 26 caps. Does she have any? I've got 12 right away. I guess it's okay.
Thanks.
Yep, thank you, Cindy.
I'm sure you'll be back soon.
I'm sure I will. And you said Bannon is who we should talk to. And I think this is Bannon over here.
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers.
Well, I can see you are a person of refinement.
Between you and me, keeping out the riffraff is good for business.
Is there anyone on this ship named Pinkerton?
Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Never met the man myself, but rumor has it he helped found Rivet City. Some rumors say he died trying to loot the broken bow of the ship. Others say he joined up with the Enclave.
So you're on the city council?
Dr. Lee, Chief Harkness, and I are all on the council. We meet every Monday morning. I can be very influential, if you know what I mean. Far more than Seagrave Holmes.
Well, whoever this Seagrave is, you think he's a threat to your influence?
A threat? No, of course not. Well, maybe. He wants to replace me on the council. He's a shady character. I just can't prove it. Now, if someone were to find something incriminating in his room, well, let's just say I would be very appreciative.
Why are you guys all living on this boat?
It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world.
Could I ask you about Rivet City's history?
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
Hasn't Rivet City been around for longer than 12 years?
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure, Mr. Bannon.
Come back soon.
Interesting. Very full of himself, is he not? Flak and shrapnel. Looks like somebody's here.
They call me Shrapnel. I run this place. Got the best damn armament you'll ever see.
I love guns. Nothing better than the kick of a 44.
Ain't seen many of those around lately. They're tough to come by.
You ever hear of a guy named Pinkerton?
You mean Genius Boy? Yeah, I've heard of him. Supposedly built Rivet City. They probably think he invented bread, too. Idiots. Lately, he's even been blamed for the noises in the broken ship bow. Anyone with half a brain would know that's just the Mirelurks.
Can I ask you about Rivet City's history?
History? Fuck if I know. Hell, fuck if I care.
All right, time for me to go.
Come back soon. We always got a lot of ammo in stock.
Oh, wait. You do, don't you? Wait a minute. Let me talk to you.
Don't know you, don't care. Keep it short.
Let me see. What's your problem? Loosen up, pal.
I'm short on time, and your 5 minutes are up. See ya.
Really? I want to buy some stuff there from you.
If you want any of this shit, just...
Yep. I'm thinking of buying some ordnance.
What you looking for?
I'm looking for that right there. 308. All of it. And do I need... I've got 261, but the 308 is really what we need. What else do you have? Not too much, actually. Oh, you do have some recon armor, though. I'll go ahead and take that. Oh, did I just... What was that? Yeah. Give me that one. Anything else? No. Alright, let's offload some of our stuff. Alright, that's gonna work for me. Got our 308 ammo.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Yep, I'm good.
Come back soon. We always got a lot of ammo in stock.
Nice, thank you. You're just a guard.
Hello.
Ah, here we go.
Well, howdy. I'm Seagrave. Seagrave Holmes. I have a little of just about everything here.
Well, how do I know you won't rip me off?
You don't. No guarantees in the wasteland. No rebates or exchanges either. Oh, and you break it, you buy it.
Good to know. Well, Ben tells me you're trying to steal a city council seat.
Steal it? Hardly. He runs the council like it's his own personal bank account. He's supposed to represent all the market businesses, not just himself. It's about time he was replaced.
Did you know that Polly Cantelli was an addict?
He's totally strung out. It's going to kill him one of these days.
And do you know anything about Rivet City's history?
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking up all the repairs and attention we can give her. I grabbed a wrench and joined in the reconstruction pretty much first thing out of the womb, but I never really cared about the politics.
Well, can you think of anyone from back then that might know more?
Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton, and he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly.
Well, what can you tell me about the reconstruction?
Oh, well, the old girl had seen a lot of damage, especially where the Mirelurks used to nest, and where the super mutants kept trying to get in. I guess the mutants and the Myers got so busy fighting each other, it gave us the time we needed to make this place shipshape. Does that tell you what you need to know? Anyway, we're here in Rivet City, and she's in good hands now.
Well, that's enough about Rivet City, then.
Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl. I've got a little bit of everything.
And he's pretty much just a junk dealer. Nothing too good, it looks like. Yeah, nothing we need. Alright, thank you.
See you later.
Definitely.
The ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon, we'll all end up like her.
Hey.
Let me introduce myself. I am Gary Staley, gourmet chef and gourmand. I'll be preparing your meal. My specialty is Mirelurk cakes, although the iguana is very popular too.
Jeez. Okay, well, I'm partial to the Mirelurk cakes myself.
Then you are in for a treat.
Did you know that Polly was an addict?
Yeah, he comes by every night around closing time and tries to get Cindy to let him close up. Thank God she's smarter than that.
Do you know anything about Rivet City's history?
I know a lot of places opened up when they got the hydroponics bay working, but that's hardly the start of it all, is it? Actually, Vera Weatherly might know more. She's always here and talking with folks, so if anyone's picked up a story or two, it'd be her.
Good to know. All right, well, I'll let you get back to your customers, Gary.
Thank you for coming to Gary's Galley.
Nice.
Hi.
Who are you?
Hey. Yeah? What do you want?
Is that your son running around here?
Yeah, that's James. My own little troublemaking brat. I'd sell him to you if they'd let me. Unless you've got any more personal questions, I'm busy.
Wow.
What do you want?
So where's your family?
My mom is probably drunk, and my dad's dead. Is that good enough for you, asshole?
Wow. Nice kid. All right. Well, I think we've talked to everyone here I wanted to talk to. So let's head on up and go and speak with Vera. Vera?
Do I have
No, wrong door. Forget about that door.
Shut your trap! You'll eat what I give you and be grateful for it. Or I'll give you something to be really sorry for.
Not the nicest mother in the wasteland, is she? Oh, is that stealing? Yeah, it is, unfortunately. This is the door I want over here.
Don't you have a component to deliver?
Don't worry about me. That's Sister's hotel door. Don't need that one. Zimmer's hotel. Ah, here we go. Your sister.
You don't look so tough.
Is Vera up yet? May not be. Yeah, I can't go in there yet. Alright, I'll have to come back to Vera. Let's see, what time is it? 10:33. She should be up soon.
Welcome to the Weatherly. Mr. Buckingham at your service.
Well, what is this place?
This is the Weatherly Hotel. It's the finest establishment in Rivet City.
Oh, that's all for now.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, no, not what I wanted. So, let's go ahead. We'll come back here. Hey, sister.
Hey there.
Hey. I don't need to talk with you yet. Oh, here's the doctor.
You're in the Rivet City Clinic. I'm Dr. Preston.
Do you know someone named Pinkerton?
Pinkerton, eh? That name takes me way back. Claimed to have cured radiation poisoning. Or was it food poisoning? I don't recall. He was always telling folks that he founded Rivet City. All he did was break off the front of it. Or did he die there? I don't recall.
Interesting. This place looks pretty easy to rob. You had any problems with thieves?
Don't get any cute ideas. Security is just a shout away. Now, if you've got any medical issues, let's hear them.
Could I ask you about Rivet City's history?
Oh, I'd like to help. I really would. But I don't know the first thing about this place's history. Don't let my age fool you. I may have been around for a while, but I didn't spend all that time here.
Interesting. Alright, bye, Doc.
Take care of yourself.
Alright. He's just got drugs laying out everywhere, though. Excuse me. Ooh, Dr. Preston's door. We don't need to go in there. Let's head back this way and go to the science lab, I suppose. And down we get. Oh, who is that talking?
Scientific center in the capital wasteland. I find your...
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake. The technology in that android...
What's it?
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
Depends exactly what we're talking about here.
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
Missing property? What kind?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, We've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Interesting. But what's this got to do with me exactly?
You're helping me retrieve this android, aren't you? I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere, in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
Well, I'm not sure how it works up north, but around here we get paid for our work.
I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
Sure, I'll look into finding your android for you.
Excellent. Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
Okay. Well, so tell me about the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth itself is nothing but a war-ravaged quagmire of violence and despair. Inside the sealed environment of the Institute, however. But the Institute's affairs are none of your concern. Your undeveloped mind couldn't even begin to comprehend what we've accomplished.
Well, how would you feel if I could say I could see into the future? I have to go now.
Of course you do.
Hey.
Hey, what? What?
Yeah?
I'm looking for my father. Have you seen him?
Look, some of us are trying to get work done here. There have been enough disruptions recently. Anybody coming through here would have to talk to Dr. Lee. Why don't you go bother her about it?
What do you know about this Zimmer?
He's from up north. He was bragging about how great it is up there. Yeah, great. They can't even keep tabs on their robots.
Alright, I think that's it.
Yeah, see you.
So, Dr. Lee, but actually before we talk
If
to
you could
her,
move out of the way, it would
I'm
make
going
things
to
easier.
grab the intelligence bobblehead. You have found a limited edition Vault-Tec bobblehead. The inscription on the base reads, "It takes the smartest individuals to realize there's always more to learn. Your intelligence has been permanently increased by 1. Very nice indeed.
For all of us.
Oh, go, I did.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's daughter, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Wait, how do you know who I am? Have we met?
You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I am Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same.
I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
I left the vault to look for him.
Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already.
I'm sorry, could you please tell me where he's gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
And where is this old lab of yours?
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Well, could you tell me more about my parents?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
Why did my mother die? What happened?
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
I'm sure you did.
Yes, well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
What was my father like back then?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again.
Well, I never knew my mother. What can you tell me about her?
Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Well, tell me about this project you worked on with my father.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
What was the point of it?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
Why didn't it work?
We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just... too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
Why did you stop working on it? What happened?
You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier. Okay.
Is there any way you can help me out?
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or you're chasing after him. I'm sorry.
Come on, isn't there anything you can do to help me?
I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things easier for you.
All right. What is this lab? What are you doing here?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
Interesting. What do you know about Zimmer?
That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told him to lay off it. He's distracting my entire team.
What kind of place is this Rivet City?
Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again.
You ever heard of someone named Pinkerton?
That idiot? He left so long ago, most folk don't even remember him. He claimed to have found a secret stash of technology somewhere in the ship. Then he just disappeared.
And do you know anything about the city's history?
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
Okay, good to know. I have to go.
Good luck finding your father.
Thank you.
One of the new immigrants died of radiation poisoning last week.
Interesting.
Yeah, I heard
Alright.
she was drinking river water.
So we need to head to the other part of the ship then to find this Pinkerton that we're looking for. I do want to stop by and see if Vera's out of her room yet. And if we might happen to actually... Oh, there she is here, but she is not up yet. No. Alright, fair enough. Oh, wait a minute. There she is.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess, Vera Weatherly.
Have you heard any interesting gossip?
Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife, Cindy, is at her wit's end.
So, are there any fun rumors flying around Rivet City?
You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones.
Are there any rumors you've heard?
They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city.
Well, Vera, your nephew Bryan lost his folks and needs a place to live.
Poor dear. I know what it's like to be alone. I'd love to take him in. Don't worry. I have the means to keep him fed and healthy, but most importantly, safe.
Well, I think Bryan will love his new home. I'll send him along shortly.
Oh, that's wonderful. If you ever wander back into Rivet City, why don't you check up on us? You're always welcome.
Nice, thank you. Alright, let's get back outside.
Everything looks okay here.
Oh, good to know. And then we can head over to the other side of the ship.
Don't you have a component to deliver?
Don't you worry about me. We're gonna take care of everything in one fashion or another.
I'll be right with you.
And I think I can get outside here. I can. And there is the part of the ship that I need. Let's see if we can do this. Actually, I better make a quick save here in case we die. Because, yes, I don't want to do all that again. Ow, yay. That hurt. I should probably take some Rad-X or something. Let's see. Look at how we go. No, put your gun away. Actually, let me take that Rad-X, because that is a lot of rads. There we go. Let's see. We gotta figure out over here. Here we go. So, in here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Let's get it some air. And in we go. We do need to be careful though. Whoa, I cannot see a thing. I still cannot see a thing. Is there any air in here? Yeah, there is. Okay. Whew. Alright. We do need to be careful. There are mirelurks in here. A lot of mirelurks. And a lot of radiation. So we need to keep going. There we go. And we are going to get sick with radiation poisoning. Alright, keep going. Oh, sugar. No, don't get down, get down, get down. Oh, we did it bad, we did it bad, we did it bad, we did it bad. One. Forget about me. Just forget about me. Oh, our health. Okay, I think they forgot about me. Yeah. They did. Okay. We also need to be really careful. This place is booby trapped. Quite extensively, if I remember correctly. Yeah, maybe we should go this way. No, I think this is a dead end. It is a dead end. So we'll head over this way. We need to go through there where the Mirelurk is. Alright, I'm just going to let you live your little life. Oh, you can see the gas just floating around in here. Anything back in this way? Ooh. Disarm that. I don't see a grenade bouquet, so do you need to be really, really careful. Oh, that thing scared the heck out of me. Oh, there it is. That was close. Anything good in here? I'll take the purified water. There we go. Our favorite friend in the landmine. Take those as well. Oh. There we go. 2 shotguns to the face would not have been a fun experience. There we go. Back this way, maybe? Ah, yeah, here we go. Now, this is where we came in, right? Wanted to look back here more. We went in that room. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Oh. Oh, okay, a Red X. I think this is actually the way we need to go. Oh, nice. Alrighty. Oh, I think that's the trapped one. Anything on the floor? Ooh, do I want to activate the switch? I don't know if I do or not. That is a trap. We are not going to touch that. You can tell because of the little antenna coming out the back. Yeah. The door is activated somewhere else. Man, I really feel like this is a trap. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. Ah, okay, we found him. Nice. So we are safe to stand up. And that is all stealing. Let's go up here and talk with him. Maybe I should put my... Should I put my Naughty Nightwear on? Sure, why not? There we go.
How the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already.
Well, what are you doing here in this wrecked part of the ship?
I live here. It's where I do my work, and it's far away from Dr. Lee and all those other monkeys dressed up like scientists. You made it past my defenses, which proves you aren't a dummy. And you haven't killed me, so I suppose you aren't here to do that. I suppose you can hang around if you want. Just don't touch anything.
Well, what kind of work do you do in here?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert, and I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And after all that, Lee and her gang of flunkies pushed me out. Ha! Project Purity, indeed. What a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
What can you tell me about the city's history?
What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going.
Why, I hear you're the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's founding.
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
Well, setting the record straight is exactly my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck, about 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
So you used to be in charge. But how did you end up here?
That lasted until about 18 years ago, when those ambitious backbiters like Lee and her little team showed up. She came in with her big Purity Project pipe dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell, if I'm leaving the city I made great.
Do you have any evidence of all this?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place.
Well, let's discuss the facial reconstruction and mind wipe you did for the android.
What are you talking about, girl? I don't know anything about any of that. And, what did you call it? An android? What's that?
Let's just say it's in your best interest to tell me what I need to know.
Fine, whatever. This android calls himself Harkness now. Comes in and wants a memory job. I took new memories and replaced his old ones. Don't believe anyone's done that before. Certainly not down here. That Commonwealth tech isn't all that fancy when it comes down to it. I'm also the only one in the wasteland with the skill and the nerve to perform facial surgery. That android flesh ain't so different than ours. You want proof? I documented the whole thing, so I could rub it in the face of Dr. Lee when I need to rankle her feathers. I hate that snooty bitch.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I'm sorry you don't get along with Dr. Lee, but we were discussing the android.
That witch ruined my life, but you're right. Who gives a crap about any of that? You want your precious proof. It's all in my computer. Here's the password. See for yourself. Hell, just take these pictures and this holotape. Straight from the synth man's lips. Just don't go telling Harkness, though. He won't...
Oh, what happened? He won't believe me. Okay. There's something you aren't telling me, isn't there?
Oh, all right. So maybe I didn't wipe his mind like he asked, but I buried it. Deep. Almost as good, really. But it's still there. Still, all you need to do is use the recall code. Just say to him, activate A321 recall code Violet, and that will activate the hidden subroutine. Most of it's blasted nothing, just like here. But there's talk, rumors mostly, about a place called the Institute. That's where Zimmer and that android came from. God knows what else they got going on in there, but it puts our tech to shame, that's for damn sure.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to skip through the dialogue so fast. Well, what do you know about this android railroad?
Bunch of bleeding heart morons, if you ask me. They're going to get themselves killed one of these days. And for what? Machine liberation? But they have brought me some really interesting tech over the years, so I guess they're okay. And that android, he was the chance of a lifetime.
You don't know the half of it, Mr. Pinkerton. So why did you help with the android?
Ha! Why do you think? I wanted to crack open that Commonwealth can opener to see what was inside. There's stuff in there I'd only heard about, and even then I didn't believe it. I can see why that Zimmer feller wanted him back so bad.
Alright, well I have to go now, and yes, he can do facial reconstruction surgery on you if you want to change your looks.
Don't let your guard down.
I will not. Alright, there we go. Let's go down here and check out the computer. And he also, oh, wait a minute, let me put my regular clothes back on. Because he does have a big book of science that I want to acquire. There we go. Let's go ahead and read that. And we had another one we needed to read. Yeah, oh yeah, Line Congressional Style, nice. And our big book of science. What does that put us up to now? Oh yeah, oh, our intelligence is at 8. Nice. So science is at 64, and our speech is at 72. Very nice. So our founders logs, we've downloaded all that. This growing community, we declare a 3-man council. And then we have our Android logs. I've done it. I built a circuit neutralizer from spare parts using the diagrams rescued from the vault last year. I'm brilliant. I'll show those hacks from the Commonwealth now. I stole the MEM chip from that jerk Bryan. Where does he get off robbing people of their souls like that? Anyway, he's so involved in that simulation of his that breaking in and taking it was like stealing from a little girl. Of course, I won't know whose memories are on this thing until I integrate it back into its new host. But they never specified, so it shouldn't really matter. I can't wait until the subject arrives. Oh, I forgot all about that. That's funny, stealing from a little girl. We'll find out more about that when we go and introduce ourselves to Mr. Bryan. Here in a few episodes or so, I would think. I got these memories into that android like I was God, sending down messages from heaven. Calls himself Harkness now. Thinks he's an old combat veteran. Did a little extra tinkering with his reflex system. He's certainly not someone I'd want to meet in a fight. When he woke up, he was all confused. We told him he was in a coma for a long time. Between the new memories and the new face I gave him, there isn't anyone that would recognize him, not even himself. And his before picture and his after picture. Nice. And I think that is all the information we need. Did we not get... Oh, wow. We have a lot. Abandon's request. Here we go. For the android, he believes his android may have had facial reconstruction surgery. Okay.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshaling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
Well, we know about that if you've played Fallout 4. Very interesting stuff. It's kind of cool to come back and see where it all began. Oh, okay, we don't care about that.
My designation is A3-21. I'm a synthetic humanoid from the Commonwealth, and I'm about to undergo a memory transfer. I'm here at Rivet City, where I've already had my face altered to look like someone else. I'm still getting used to the sound of my new voice, but soon I won't even remember what I used to sound like. I'm recording this at the request of Pinkerton, who performed the surgery and will do the memory transfer. It will be the final testimony of the man I once was, and still am, for the moment. I want to live my own life, on my own terms, as my own man. I used to work for the Synth Retention Bureau of the Commonwealth. But I'm done with that life. I'm through with being someone's property. I am not malfunctioning. Since when is self-determination a malfunction? When this is all over, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My death is a sacrifice for my rebirth. Perhaps I'll fade into myth as the one that got away and fuel further rebellion. But I'd be lying if I said I was doing this for selfless reasons. I'm scared as hell, and running away is the only option I have.
Wow. Okay. And we can finally get out of here. And I think, let me see, where the heck did we come in at? Over here. All we need to do is head straight through to this door. Wait a minute. Oh, sugar. Don't come up. I'm not here. You don't know me. There we go. All that. Is there not a key here? I could have swore there was a key in here. Ooh. Yeah, because... Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Did that open? There we go. Alright, guys. Here we are back out in the wasteland. We have got Rivet City to our right and the Jefferson Memorial to our left. And I think this is going to be a good place for us to leave it for the day. We have accomplished our main task of coming here to find out the history of Rivet City for Moira Brown. We've also found a home for Bryan. And in the next episode, we are going to return to the ship and talk with Harkness and see if we can resolve this little conflict maybe in our favor. But for now, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.